I don't know what the Dolphins' plan is. I don't know. They don't seem like they have a blueprint, except let's just do stuff every couple of months because we're going to be reactionary. Like, that's the Dolphins' plan. Hey, after going to the offseason, McDaniel gets hired. Hey, his offensive system coming in. We're going to get really fast. We're going to be fast everywhere. Tyreek Hill, Achane, watch how good we are, right? Watch how good we are. Waddle, we're going to be really, really good. And then over a year, it's, maybe it's not that good. Maybe Tua's not the guy. Maybe he's not going to be healthy. Okay, we have to do something else because now we suddenly can't win. But now the offseason comes, and what have they done? They've gotten rid of every one of their captains from last year. All 4 captains are gone, right? All 4 So now Tua's going to be more of a leader. But wait, I thought in the middle of last year, you're worried about Tua. Is he going to be healthy? But now Tua is going to be one of your leaders. Okay, so if he's one of your leaders and you're young, let's build for now because you can win now. No. Instead of winning, we're gonna try to build for the future. Okay, why are you doing that? Why are you trading away 2 players that would help you big time? Not that Minkah Fitzpatrick's not going to help, but he's a safety, okay? He's a safety. I love having all-pro safeties. That's great. I'd love having great safety. But I'd rather have an all-pro cornerback and an all-pro tight end, right? But instead, no, okay, so now we're going to get rid of that. But wait, okay, so which way are we going? Like, I don't know. Like, the Dolphins, they must come to work every day and go, okay, you know what, scrap. We're gonna plan it out. We're gonna plan things differently. Like I always said, McDaniel looks like one of those young tech geniuses from one of those new companies that all of a sudden like comes out with new plans and all sorts of creative slogans. And you go to the office and it's ping pong tables and video games and everybody's on a scooter and nobody has partitions up at their desk, a big open floor plan, and there's someone making macchiatos for free. Like, that's what I feel like that's McDaniel.
You're describing my late 20s and early 30s before I left Yahoo.
I feel like it's like Google, right? Like that
was Silicon Valley. That was the blueprint. But that was the floor plan for everybody.
But then they come in and go, hey, crypto crashed, so we got to change. We're going to pivot right now. We're going to pivot. But this is our 3rd pivot in the last month. Yeah, we're pivoting. Like, I feel like the Dolphins are on a perpetual pivot, and I don't know what they're – and for this team to be run this way, I'm like, they've amassed so much talent, right? They seem to buy into McDaniel's philosophy, right? They seem to buy – but then you get guys like Raheem Mostert who tweets out today how Jonnu Smith was treated by the Dolphins because he felt he was treated the same way on his way out because, he's not there anymore after having a couple of great years in McDaniel's offense. Of all the teams in the NFL, and this is saying something, of all the teams and even the Cowboys, I can understand more. Again, I don't agree with it, but I can understand it. The Dolphins are the team I understand the absolute least because I want to be the answer guy. I want to be able to tell you, I got this, I got it. But once in a great while, there's that great white whale that escapes you that call me Ishmael, and all of a sudden it's like the Dolphins. I'm sorry, I just can't tell you what they're doing. I don't know that they know. I don't know they know what their plan is. I wouldn't be surprised they had a completely different quarterback next year. Hey, Tua's not going to work, and he's hurt again, and we're going a completely different direction. Like, that's what I see the Dolphins. So I can't, if they don't have a plan, I can't tell you what their plan is. I know he can get the job. Can he do that? If I can't tell you their plan, I don't think they have a plan, so I can't tell you what's going to happen.
No, it's the curiosity, right, of what are you valuing at this point, and have you decided to take the keys away from McDaniel to some degree? Because it was all about speed and efficiency. That's part of the Raheem Mostert appeal. Now he goes and he's part of a crowded backfield with the Raiders, and we'll see how that flows. You talk about Mayer and him being the guy behind Bowers, just a couple of years removed from being a top pick, would be a nice cheap option to bring in. You mentioned Cole Kmet. He's still in the middle of a 4-year, $50 million deal, so his per annum is $1 million less than what Jonnu Smith just signed the 1-year deal with the Steelers for. So, trying to figure out exactly where the gap was in trying to retain him or whether they were bothering at all, to your point of whether you just strip it down to studs and begin to build again. But for Tua Tagovailoa, we've talked about him and Trevor Lawrence and a number of the quarterbacks that we've watched them for a couple of years. Are we convinced they are the guy? Well, no, we're not by any way, stretch or form. They've had a couple of good games here and there and had glimpses, flashes, as you call them, but consistently putting up numbers. Yeah, the final stat line could look great. The touchdown to interception rate and whatever. There's plenty of ways. We've watched guys manipulate that for years. Like, did he have a really good year? No, because they weren't a threat. They were threats to win. It was a nice box score reading for some of these guys. And for this Miami squad, again, built on speed to try to use that as an advantage against defenses that have been built maybe for the old era of the NFL in the AFC East. Guess what? They've all caught up.
Yeah.
So that advantage is lost, but your ability to pivot quickly is obviously important, but I don't know that this deal makes you that much worse.
I don't
what did
understand.
It do for you?
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move it, but we're gonna go get another tight end at some point somewhere that's not as good as Jonnu Smith. That I don't get it. And the part of it is, and look, like I said, this is a league that has the Jets and the Cowboys and the Raiders, and I can't understand what the Dolphins are doing.
Jason,
and it's so awkward.
Clearly not over the fake spike.
Going all the way past. I'm glad not over it. It's been a long time.
Living rent-free in your head still after all these years.
I've had some time to get over that.
He wakes up with cold
Clearly
sweats.
You're not over it.
I'm still with the Fail Mary. I'm still kind of with the Fail Mary is something I'm not.
Oh,
I'm
the
not
fake
over.
spike was epic.
Yeah, no, it was. But it was also the first one. Okay, you know what? I'm done.
The laugh on Marino's face.
Blanket. Hey, by the way, do you know who the defensive back was that was on that? The only guy on the field that saw the Fed. That's why it was such a tough pass to compete because he was on
Bobby
him.
Boucher?
Aaron Glenn was the DB on him on that play. And he was the only guy in the Jets defense that knew the play was coming. He was just too far off him and didn't get there.
And that's your
in
head
time.
coach.
He was the only guy.
So, Justin, what he's saying is they won't be fooled by that one this year.
He was the only guy.
This iteration of the Jets,
You're
there'll
not
be
gonna
no
fa-
fake
no.
spike on them.
Every time a team gets inside the 10-yard line, Aaron Glenn's yelling out, "Watch a fake spike! Watch a fake spike!"
He's just holding up a Dan Marino fathead. What the hell's Coach doing?
They did on me back in 1991. Come on, it was 35 years ago.
Coach really getting a lot of mileage out of that Marino fathead on the sideline.
You see it on Follies all the time, right? All the time they show that on the Follies. Don't get caught with it. Don't get caught.
How often has he used that as I didn't get fooled.
But sure,
part of his interview process. All these people got fooled, not me.
Like, watch the fake spike. Like, people have the Mandela effect of the fake spike. Like, it was just a fake spike
play ever, yeah.
And Ingram is wide open in the end zone. But he had to kind of bullet it into the side because Glenn was close. He knew what was going on. The rest of the Jets just stood around like, yeah, okay. By the way, just think about this. They were fake spiking and there was like 38 seconds left on the clock. Like, that seems so ridiculous now. Like, you're
but
fake
it's all
spiking with 38.
It's the element of surprise.
You could get 6 plays in 38 seconds now in the NFL.
If he knew the play and he wasn't able to stop it, you're not helping his cause.
It's not like he knew going in. Like, it wasn't Tom Brady. He knew the plays ahead of time. No, he could tell that it was a fake spike, and he stayed with the receiver.
And he still was slow.
Yeah, it was okay.
See, now he's going to drag.
You can't play defense 1-on-11 in the NFL.
You want to go crush something out of Buffalo just to take down everybody as excuse making for the hapless Jets?
Yeah.
They were cheating.
The Bills.
That guy did that.
Bills had all the plays, too. You just don't know about it. The Bills had all the plays.
Well, Marv Levy was a
Kelly,
supercomputer. There's no question about it.
They had all the plays.
He killed you with kindness, so you didn't know what was going on behind the scenes.
He's such a nice guy. Like, even that NFL Films thing of Marv Levy where he goes, "Hey, you over-officious jerk. Hey, you jerk." You're like, "Whoa." And he turns around and goes, "Oh, I'm just kidding. I went to college with the guy." I know, I went to college with the guy. He called him an over-officious.